Hey man, comments and criticisms here. Share my thoughts on accusations against MGTOW again. This time, you're a bunch of losers. Alright, well this is comments and criticisms after all, so I've got some comments here. Let's get stuck in. I'm pretty supportive of this. Okay, you're supportive. Anybody who hates women should remove himself from the dating pool immediately. Saves a lot of time and grief. Okay, now what you're going to see here is a pattern. You're going to see a trend here. Yeah, I reckon that too. I was pissed off there could be these hateful misogynists with this mindset, okay? But, then I figured they're going to stop interacting with women, so really doing us a favor. Yeah, it's mutually beneficial. Don't have to be around people they hate. We have to be around people who hate us. Alright, did you see the trend there? Did you see the pattern? Okay, let's do a few more. Just do a few more. This particular model gets them to avoid us. Bonus. And down the bottom, I love it. I love it. Basically, they're not dating women. That's great. Absolutely. All you guys, stop dating women. I think it's fucking great. Okay? They can spend their time on men who aren't crazy, Okay, now did you get it? In case you didn't get it, basically the common trend throughout all of those statements is that those women, and they are women, they're saying that men who are MGTOW are losers, or at least probably they're losers. So good riddance. Alright, let's get a bit in depth here, a few criticisms. What I see here is a time-old strategy, right? A belief system almost. Is you don't get paid, you don't get laid, okay? What that means is the women, they hold the reproductive, or shall I say, power, okay? They're the selectors, like the DJ, the selector. And what they're saying is, the women have hypergamy, they're chasing the top man, okay? And if I ain't picking you, that means you're a bottom man, okay? So basically what you're doing is making it easier for me. I don't even have to put all that effort in doing shit tests. You're weeded out already. You're a fucking beta, you're a zeta, you're omega. You're just doing me a favor and saving me some time from the inevitable rejection that must have resulted, because if you have done this, you clearly must be a loser. See, what none of these women contemplated was that perhaps some of these men, whether they're beta men or alpha men, right, they thought about it and they realized that, the price of the female is inflated, okay? And once they took their instincts aside and put them in check, that marriage and relationships, not really worth it, okay? But instead, the conclusion they're jumping to, this knee-jerk reaction, is that, well, you weren't willing to jump through the hoops, and you're just giving up. So that means really you don't have the utility. You're not strong enough. You're not dominant enough to get me. You're a lower class man. That must be the reason why you're going your own way. And not only do women find the top men attractive, but they show a certain level of disdain to the having to deal with these unattractive men who want them. Okay. The second part here is the rationalization that they're having, is that they're saying, well, all these MGTOW must be bottom-feeding beta men that I don't want anyway. So there's no way that this kind of phenomenon, is having an effect on me, a woman who wants to date and get married, right? The fact is, okay, all kinds of men go their own way. So this rationalization there is not true. Okay, comments here from the Ask Men subreddit. These are from some men, assumably, okay? One guy says, it's called being a bachelor, not a fucking movement. Okay, well, MGTOW is not a movement to begin with. But, you could be right. The only difference really will be is that bachelors, some of them plan on getting married, having long-term relationships and cohabitating. MGTOW is not so much, so you're half right there. And the other one is the classic, same as the feminist. Sounds like a male equivalent of a female Tyler Perry protagonist. Strong, independent man, don't need no woman. And could be right there, except the fact that we can objectively, empirically say men don't need women as much as women need men. Now, those comments were the worst comments that I could find. There was a little gem here. Throughout history, most of the great art, music, science, literature, mathematics, technology was produced by guys who would today be classified as MGTOW. Like, say, Tesla, for example. I think he's quite right when he says this. Do you notice the difference between the answers the woman gave and the answers the men gave? Now, what I'd like to come right out and say is that when women accuse MGTOW of being losers, I think they're right a lot of the time. And how often are they right? We look at this graph here. MGTOWs are losers in the eyes of women about 80% of the time, and they're winners about 25% of the time, give or take. Yeah, and this is roughly the percentage or the ratio of the population that women find either low level of attraction or high level of attraction. Okay, so what I'm saying is fairly obvious that the amount of MGTOWs there are, whether they're alpha, beta, zeta, omega, high class, low class, right, is going to be roughly the same as the general population. Now, do I think they're losers? No. But according to women's standard of attractiveness, we are, whether we're MGTOWs or not. But as I said, there are these rationalizations that if they're doing that, it must be because they're a low class man. But if we're just talking about, yeah, it's about 80-20, just like the general population. So in a way, MGTOWs are losers. This data in the graph, by the way, is from Coltan's channel and is based off real data from a dating website. I'll leave the link in the description below if you want to see that. Now, what I'd like to say is that, in my opinion, it doesn't matter if you're a loser or not when it comes to going your own way, okay? Whether it's in the eyes of women, especially if it's only in the eyes of women, or whether you truly are a loser. There is one big difference that I see between, say, more experienced men and less experienced men in terms of relationships, right? Is that men who have more experience with women, with sex, with intimacy, with relationships, with marriage and divorce, they are more likely to be stern and stoic and sturdy and stable and unrelenting in going their own way. Whereas younger guys, maybe they're less experienced, they're more likely to be swayed by their instincts. So that really doesn't have anything much to do with whether they are truly going their own way, but it doesn't affect the authenticity of that, but it does affect whether they'll stay on that path that they are carving out as men going their own way. And as I've mentioned before, a lot of people say, many MGTOWs, only one blowjob away from the plantation. I would put it to you like this, like let's say you're a rich man, okay? Going your own way can help you because you can protect your assets and your hard work from being stolen. Going the traditional way, the trodden path of marriage, which doesn't provide much financial security, especially in the realm of divorce. Okay, so it's good for you if you're a rich man. Let's say you're a poor man. Well, if you're a poor man, you know, MGTOW is going to offer a lot of room to develop yourself, develop your career, for example, and then you can enjoy the fruits of your labor for yourself. Or, for example, instead of having a family as a poor man and working 70 hours a week, you know, you could work 30 hours a week and enjoy more free time for a more balanced lifestyle, time for hobbies, you know, kind of like the balanced lifestyle that women have often enjoyed historically, due to the hard work of men within marriage. And, you know, MGTOW might be one of the few groups out there who take this view, or many men who go their own way take this view, because, you know, we're a community, but we have our own thoughts and ideas. So my opinion is, no, it doesn't really matter. Even if women view you as a loser, that doesn't mean you're a loser. But you should be concerned, you know, with developing yourself for the right reasons, which is for yourself in and of itself. And this is the kind of self-development that MGTOW encourages. Because fundamentally, MGTOW is a reactive phenomenon. It's a reaction to the state of the modern world and relationships in the modern world and their state. And basically, whether you're a lower class man or a higher class man, there may be some slight nuances, some differences subtly, but really, all types of men are facing similar problems, whether they're losers or alphas or Bill Gates or homeless guys. And therefore, if you're going your own way, it doesn't matter, if you're a loser or a winner or a king or a peon, especially if it's in the eyes of women.